Bye. This episode of Friendship the Podcast will begin right after a message from our sponsors.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Mark Seatbelt, grandson of Tommy Seatbelt, inventor of the airbag. 40 years ago, my grandfather revolutionized the auto industry with his invention. At Seatbelt's Airbags, we put the same amount of pride into the work we do today. And now, we have 15 convenient locations, so we're available to help you with all your airbag needs. And remember, if your airbag isn't a seatbelt, you should probably call it something different, because it's not going to work as well as a Seatbelt's airbag would in a similar situation.
Seatbelt's airbags. If your airbag isn't a seatbelt, you should probably call it something different, because it's not going to work as well as a Seatbelt's airbag would in a similar situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Davis, one of the creators, writers, and stars of this world-renowned podcast. Friendship the Podcast was created by three people: myself, David Ball, and a young man by the name of Steffen Sprow. There's no easy way to do this, so I'll just come right out and say it. Steffen Sprow is now detained by the United States government for harboring whistleblower Edward Snowden in his basement for the past 3 months. The whole story about Snowden in Russia was a smokescreen. Snowden was with Steffen on American soil this entire time. SEAL Team 6 raided Steffen's house a month or so ago. Steffen heroically gave himself up, allowing Snowden to escape via Black Hawk helicopter. The sinister reptilian puppet masters of the Obama administration have declared Steffen's heroism an act of treason and are going to prosecute and most likely execute him. Right now, the beautiful snowflake that is Steffen Sprow is probably suffering from relentless waterboarding and excruciating genital electrocution within the walls of the Guantanamo Bay Detention Center. I encourage you to send your positive thoughts and Hoggerlian pork prayers to Steffen so he can be rewarded eternal solace after he is brutally executed by an Illuminati firing squad. Friendship the Podcast will carry on in his name. The primary goal of this podcast is to eliminate all evil in this world.
Hey, Brian, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. I'm just recording a tribute to Steffen.
A tribute to Steffen?
Yeah, because he's being held captive in an ominous government detention facility awaiting execution for doing his part to protect the privacy of the American people and the evil corporations who want to control every aspect of our lives.
What the hell are you talking about? Steffen got a grown-up job and had to move to D.C.
Well, that's true, but that's, a pretty boring story. I'm just trying to jazz it up a little bit.
And you shouldn't talk shit on corporations, seeing as how we're housed under the umbrella of one of the world's biggest and most successful corporate conglomerates.
What?
That's right. Hog Girl Enterprises, genetically engineering the future.
What's this?
That's a script. Read your lines.
Hog Girl Enterprises. Tell me more, Dave.
Well, Brian, Hog Girl Enterprises is one of the most important corporations in the known universe. You probably use a Hog Girl Enterprises product every day of your life.
Do I really have to read this?
Yes!
Okay, I'm curious to know more about Hog Girl Enterprises.
Fueled by innovations, Hog Girl Enterprises has become a game changer in a multitude of industries, including but not limited to pharmaceuticals, nanotechnology, jungle gyms, human-animal hybrids, chemical weapons, women's footwear, lobotomy, pesticides, nuclear arms manufacturing, and dog food. And who could forget one of Hog Girl Enterprises' most popular subsidiaries, the Scrag Family Brewery? For your next funeral, have a Scrag beer.
Hog Girl Enterprises sounds exciting. What sort of things do they have on the horizon?
Well, Brian, I'm glad you asked. Hog Girl Enterprises is branching out into the world of entertainment, specifically the world of comedy podcasts. Hog Girl Enterprises is officially announcing the takeover of Friendship the Podcast. We've employed thousands of writers and voice actors to bring America a family-friendly podcast.
Sounds like good, wholesome fun.
Don't just take it from me. Take it from Steffen's replacement and newest addition to the podcast, Chewed Cucumber.
A team of Hog Girl Enterprises surgeons have removed the part of my brain that desires contact from the outside world. Now I can sit in this dimly lit basement all day with only 15 minutes to sleep and eat a diet consisting of protein paste and rainwater so I can write sketches for the podcast. My sketches then go through teams of corporate executives to make sure the content I create has the broadest appeal and offends the least amount of people.
Wow, Dave. Looks like I was wrong about these corporations.
Yes, Brian. Everything they do is in the American people's best interest. Why don't we go to the first sketch?
I guess.
Clam Pounders is America's favorite family seafood restaurant. Yarr. And we didn't get that way for nothing. At Clam Pounders, we don't just have endless shrimp, we have eternal shrimp. You can have all the shrimp ye want for $15.99, but ye can never leave. That's right, folks. Ye'll be sending shrimp to the briny deep of your stomach by making them walk your tongue plank. We've hired armed guards with years of refugee camp experience to shoot down anyone trying to leave. Ye can't escape these savings. Yarr. And we make sure that every customer signs a contract inked in their own blood that makes them soul-bound to ride them. So if anyone tries to break free, their organs will immediately melt. But don't take our word for it. Here are some happy customers. Yarr.
Golly, this shrimp is shrimpalicious. I always wished I could bring the family here every night, and now I have no choice. It's a dream come true.
Clam Pounders.
I got my welfare check and took the kids down to Clam Pounders. Least I could do after they survived the abortion. But when we tried to get out 3 days later, the guard shot Jeffy right in the fucking head, and now my herpes are flaring up.
Clam Pounders.
I thank my Lord Rifleman for the gift of fried shrimp. Knowing that other creatures must die, so I may live in this hellstorm reality, helps me sleep. I love to sleep because I only dream of being mutilated by my enemies. This is the only example of true beauty. Thank you, Rifleman. The more pain I receive, the more love I feel.
Clam Pounders. You heard it, folks. Get the kids, hoist up the sails, and set a course for Clam Pounders for Eternal Shrimp Month. Come for the shrimp, stay because we'll put your blood in the cocktail sauce if you try to leave. It's not like anyone will miss ye anyway. Clam Pounders!
Well, this is a pretty fun episode so far, if you ask me. I'm just here to remind you to rate, comment, and subscribe on iTunes. Hey, this next sketch was recorded before Steffen fell into the clutches of corporate tyranny. Let's take a listen, shall we?
Oh, what a lovely morning.
Jeffrey! You lazy son of a bitch! You slept through breakfast again! It's lunchtime already! Get your ass down here! I made BLTs!
Coming, dear.
Jesus Christ, Jeffrey! You have no job! You sleep all day! You don't help around the house! When are you gonna get off your ass and do something?
It was a perfectly ordinary suburban morning when Jeffrey awoke at noon. The birds were chirping, the bees were buzzing. His loving wife anxiously awaited him with lunch already prepared. The sun shone softly into the window where Mrs. Primrose kept the prize petunias she had been growing for the county fair since she was a 12-year-old girl, prancing about the meadow in her flowery sundress. But Jeffrey had no idea that his world would soon be getting off the interstate and onto the exit ramp that leads to the crossroads, where you might be able to find the old dusty road that leads to somewhere in the general vicinity of the near-dusk quadrant.
Good morning, dear.
Well, la-di fucking da! Look, you decided to get up! Your lunch is on the table. I'm gonna go clean myself up. I splashed bacon grease all over my tits. They're bleeding.
Okay, darling. Honey?
What?
Where's the mayo?
What the hell are you talking about? Have you been drinking again?
I haven't been drinking, Sheila. I just want some mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise? I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You know, mayo. It's a white condiment. You put it on sandwiches. It's delicious. Kraft, Hellman's, Miracle Whip. I use it every day.
You've lost your goddamn mind, Jeffrey. I can't live like this anymore. I'm taking the kids and going to my mother's. I'll see you in court.
You know what? Fine. I've had enough of your psycho cunt bullshit, Sheila. I'm going down to Bob's Market to get a jar of mayo.
Good luck, you crazy son of a bitch.
Jeffrey ran down to Bob's Market as fast as his little legs could carry him. He wasn't a smart man, but he was sure of two things. That his soon-to-be ex-wife Sheila was a psycho cunt, and that mayonnaise is the best goddamn condiment on God's green earth.
Howdy, Jeffrey. What can I do for you?
Well, Bob, I could really use a jar of mayonnaise.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeffrey.
Not you too. Look, man, Sheila just left me, and I could really use a fucking jar of mayo right about now.
Jeffrey, you know you ain't supposed to be talking about mayo. Now get out of my store if you're gonna be talking like that.
What the hell are you talking about? What's wrong with mayo?
You know damn well what I'm talking about, Jeffrey. The dark ones, the lizard people from the depths of the earth.
Oh, baby.
God damn it, Jeffrey. You done summoned Galgazar and his army of reptilians. Now you have to team up with Woody Allen to save the universe.
There's reptiles everywhere, Jeffrey. Jesus!
Stop! That's enough! This is way too stupid! Galgazar, Lizard Army, Woody Allen? What is wrong with you people? This sketch started off as a nice little Twilight Zone spoof, and you idiots had to go and fuck your stupidity into it until it became incomprehensible! Jesus Christ! I hate you guys.
Why don't you go back to D.C., you half a faggot?
This is Bill Cosby telling you to listen to Friendship the Podcast because it's the best podcast on the internet. And to tell Rudy and Theo to listen to the podcast every night. I say, child, if you're going to listen to a podcast, listen to Friendship the Podcast.
Attention students of John Wilkes Booth High. It is time for the morning announcements. We are officially changing our mascot from the John Wilkes Booth Buzzards to the John Wilkes Booth Menstruation. I know a large portion of the student body is upset about this change, but the only way we could stop that radical feminist group from mailing jars of their own urine to the school was to change the mascot to the Menstruation. Our hands are tied. Now I'm going to turn the mic over to quarterback of the football team, Tad Rockland.
Well, are we live? Right on. My name is Tad Rockland. I'd like to start by saying thank you to Mr. Principal. I know it's pretty lame that our mascot is now the Menstruation, but I swear to you that the change will not affect the football team's performance. In fact, the team is embracing the new mascot. We're the Menstruation because we're going to make Corner Valley High bleed out of their pussies this Friday. If you don't mind, I've written a new alma mater for the school, and I'd like to play it for you now. Period blood, that's our school's new mascot. I'm just glad it's not a bear with a faggoty fucking ascot. We're gonna rain on Corridor High a big old menstrual flood. The shitty team will be up to their knees with our smelly period blood. Period blood. Girl, you know I love ya. What the fuck, bro?
Thank you, Tad. That was sure something.
Well, can I just get in and say
No,
one more
no.
it's only gonna take a second.
That's enough, Tad.
Period blood. Period blood. Period blood.
Yo, Dad, what are you shouting?
I'm shouting period blood, bro.
Why are you shouting period? Why are you shouting that?
Well, it's the school's new mascot.
Whoa!
I know, right?
Whoa!
I seriously need to reconsider my life. Now we have a special announcement from the home economics teacher, Mrs. Reynolds.
Hello, students. I just want to clarify that the lasagna that I served to my Tuesday home ec class contained only a very small amount of human meat. I don't want to get into the specifics of how exactly the human groin parts got into the lasagna, but I will definitely say that getting a recipe from a cookbook of a Haitian death cult was certainly a mistake.
And that concludes today's announcements. Have a day.
Hey, Steve, what's going on, man?
Hey, not too much.
How you been? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, pretty awful, if I can be honest.
Really? What's wrong,
Can I talk to you man to
Yeah,
man?
yeah, I'm always here for you.
My life's just complete shit right now. My wife's divorcing me. These fucking kids are driving me up the wall. You know, having troubles in the bedroom for 4 weeks. It's just a mess, man.
Well, shit, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You've never had anything like this before? No.
No, man. I mean, my life's pretty damn good, honestly. Everything's going great. I've never had a bad day.
Oh.
Steve.
Good for you.
Steve, I think the mic's on.
What? Oh. Oops.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
How are you fucks doing out there? This here's Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, reminding you, Friendship the Podcast is the best podcast! You're rich, handsome, and successful, and now you want to leave your mark on the world. The easiest way is through children, as they are the future. But you have your concerns. How do you raise your child and nurture them properly? How do you make time in your busy schedule to give them the parenting they need? And most importantly, how do you keep them from becoming entitled fuck-ups that mope around your home, smoking pot cigarettes, playing violent video games, mocking your morals and worldviews, and awaiting your demise so that they may inherit your fortune?
Introducing FAP, Freeform Ascendancy Parenting. FAP is a revolutionary new system that gives you all the control and entertainment of being a parent without any of the responsibility. How, you ask? The process is simple. After birth, just hop online to our website and choose from a selection of trained actors to serve as your child's surrogate parents. They'll live with your child and raise them in any way you choose, customizable from our preferences menu. Choose their economic level, religious and political upbringing, dietary considerations, punishment system, and more.
I'm 4-star General Henry W. Mills. I've always wanted a spawn of my own, but with constant military relocation, I found it difficult to enforce my rigidly strict rules and love of corporal punishment. Thanks to FAP, I can have my kids belt whipped at the push of a button. Thank you, FAP!
Afraid you'll miss out on your child's important life events like many regular parents do? Never fear, for FAP houses are outfitted with a full surveillance system. That's every room with video and sound recording, 24/7. Watch a live feed for instant action, or rewatch your favorite moments, even in slow motion.
You finished already?
I swear this never happens.
You finished already?
I swear this never happens.
If in-house activity isn't enough, hidden cameras on your child's clothing will allow you to watch parts of their lives most parents would never see.
I always wondered what my daughter's life was like in high school. Now with FAP's hidden camera feature, I can watch my little princess bully fat girls until they go cry in the bathroom, just like every daddy dreams for his little girl.
And if you ever find your child's life too boring to watch, you can access our premium plot twist features. Options include gender change, messy parental divorce, lost and abandoned, sold into the circus, near-death experience, and Batman. Ah, what a lovely night at the theater.
Yes, too bad you wanted to leave early, son.
Yo, give me all your money, bitch!
Now hold on.
Mommy? Daddy? No!
And if you're dissatisfied with how your child turns out, you can take advantage of our Hollywood blockbuster feature. Highlights from your child's life will be handpicked and edited by Oscar-winning director Martin Scorsese and narrated by a half-assed Woody Allen impersonator. Little Billy pissed his pants in front of all the girls in the gymnasium. Oh, Jesus! Are you always on the go? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need no longer fear. Introducing the FAP app. With the FAP app, you can FAP anywhere, anytime. FAP with your dog, FAP with your mom, FAP with your grandmother.
I fap in the park.
I fap on the bus.
I fap in church.
I fap in the library.
I fap in the middle school parking lot.
I fap at high school volleyball games. Freeform ascendancy parenting. Raising your kids so you don't have to.
Hello, this is Dalgazar of the Lizard People. That's a little loud, I'll back up. Hello, this is Dalgazar, Supreme Leader of the Lizard People. When my armies and I are in the depths of the earth craving entertainment from the surface dwellers, we choose Friendship the Podcast. Give me Friendship the Podcast, or give me death.
Live from Cambridge, England, it's time to get theoretically physical with Professor Stephen Hawking.
Hey dude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Greetings, friends. Welcome to Let's Get Theoretically Physical. I am your host, Professor Stephen Hawking. Before we begin, I'd like to set one thing straight. The show is a departure for me. I have dedicated most of my life to attempting to solve the universe's greatest mysteries. I am putting theoretical physics and cosmology on the back burner for now, so I can make real difference in this world by giving sex and relationship advice. If you have a sex or relationship dilemma, give me a call and I will do my best to solve your problem. But please, no science questions. Let's go to the phones. Hello, caller.
Oh, wow. What a pleasure it is to speak with you, Professor Hawking.
What can I do for you?
Well, my wife and I, we live down in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a great little suburban town. I'm in sales, and Stacy's a teacher. Anyway, I drone on and on and on. You'll know that as you talk to me. Well, like I said, Stacy and I were talking the other day, and we were talking about God and the Bible and faith, and I was just wondering if you think there's sufficient scientific evidence to disprove the existence of God.
Are your ears full of dog shit? Were you not listening to the opening of the show? No science questions. If there is a God, he made a mistake by allowing you to live. Next caller.
Are we live? Sweet. So anyway, my problem is, I can't have sex with chicks. It's not like I can't get the chicks. Like, I'll be with the girl, and she'll be all like, "Oh, Dad, you're so cool and handsome and totally super cool. Let me blow you." Of course I let her, but when she's doing it, my dick doesn't get hard. And sometimes I think about having sex with dudes. What does it all mean?
You are gay and too stupid to know it. Go find one of the boys in the Glee Club and you guys can open the portal to your multiverse of pleasure. Next caller.
Hey Steve, I got spiders in my cooter and need these out stat!
Houston, we have a problem. Let's Get Theoretically Physical has a few rules. Rule number 1, no science questions. Rule number 2, always refer to me as Professor Hawking. And rule number 3, no fat chicks. Next caller.
Hello, Professor Hawking?
Speed it up, needle dick.
Sorry, I'm in high school and I'd really like a girlfriend, but I don't know how to get one.
That's an easy one. Women are attracted to money and power. Take me for example. I am a best-selling author and director of research at the Center for Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge. I'm floating like a mote of dust in a cosmic ocean of pussy. Become something like me and women will let you explode all over them like a sexual supernova.
Well, alright, I guess I can give that a shot. I don't think it'll work, though. I have really bad acne, and women find me repulsive.
You dumb motherfucker. Do you know with whom you are speaking? I cannot walk. I cannot move the entirety of my body. I have to talk through a goddamn computer. I am a brilliant mind stuffed into a sack of mud. I am proof that the universe is a cruel and miserable place. But I do not let that stop me from bombarding pussy like asteroids to the moon. Quit pitying yourself and go blast your rocket off into some babe's wanting wormhole. That's all the time I have for Let's Get Theoretically Physical. I am Professor Stephen Hawking. Nah, 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 hey dude. Nah, 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 hey dude.
This is David Michael Ball, and I'd like to personally thank you for listening to this podcast. Friendship the Podcast is recorded at Hot Girl Studios and edited poorly by Mr. Brian Gordon Davis.